Welcome to Kickstarter Radio 102.4, and today WTF is Bardsung, and it's a special Sunday show, so I hope you got your tea and biscuits, because Lipstickpaddy brings out his favorite Kickstarter of the weekend, takes it slow and easy, trying to absorb much of this Kickstarter for you and see what it's all about. So Lipstickpaddy, please take it away. Alright, check this out, Bardsung. Oh my goodness me, this is great. Welcome to the Sunday show. This is my favourite Kickstarter of the week. It looks absolutely fantastic. Now, look at that huge box. It's looking very, very cool. You can see here it's looking actually really cool on the table. I'm really liking it. The looks fantastic. And the artwork on the box looks great, and yeah, inspire songs, and live your legend in this cooperative RPG dungeon explorer for 1 to 5 players. Yeah, the big thing I don't like about it is that it's procedural generation maps. I'm going to get that out of the way. I hate procedural generation maps. I really do. I think it's lazy on the part of the designer, and it really only belongs in computer games with roguelites. And the reason why I prefer scripted stuff, right? Campaign setting where everything's kind of fantastic. I mean, come on. But what's Bardsung doing that I like? Well, it's a campaign. 50-hour campaign in Bardsung. So I'm curious how that's going to work then, because are you know, in the tile situation, as it's like randomizing. But we'll see as we go down. I think it's less of a thing. It's just something that I wish that they had designed it from the beginning, but hey. Anyway, actually doing fantastic this week. Look at this. I think it blew up this week on Kickstarter. Man, look at the amount of backers, almost 5,000. And let's go down and have a look at it. Now, Steamforged Games normally do IP games, and some people had a bit of problems with the plastic models of the past, but for example in the Evil Dead, but they've said that, hey, come on, we fixed it. In our last game that I did, the IP of what was it called? The PlayStation game that came to PC. I've even got it. Zero Horizon Dawn. There we go. They got new. They completely fixed it in that. If you check the minis out in that, they're saying, so just trust them. The minis should be a lot better this time, as they have iterated and improved on the last Kickstarter. So this one, you're going to be safe with its minis. Now the artwork here looking great. This turtle here reminds me of the Tortolan Seekers from World of Warcraft. Yes. The bird thing here, don't know. We've got an orc from World of Warcraft maybe, and it's reminding me of World of Warcraft is what it's actually doing. That's no bad thing, actually. That's actually a nice compliment, because the Blizzard graphics team are epic. And yeah, Steamforged Games here knocking one out of the park here. Very, very nice indeed. Now, there's nice minis are going on here. I'm glad it's not the smorgasbord that came with Darkest Dungeon from Mythic Games a couple of weeks ago, because that was procedural generation. The one thing I hated so much about that game was its artwork, and I'd hate the artwork in the computer game. But here, it's good. And I mean, Mythic just gave you like almost 10 kilograms of plastic, and at least here they've you know, less is more when it comes to minis, because when you've just got 90% of the box plastic, it's like, where's the game? Anyhow, as you can see here, the game's on the board, yes, but there's also all these tiles too. They've got a good plethora of tile sizes, network corridors, and all sorts of cool things for its procedural generation. So yeah, and the art on the tiles is looking superb. Oh man, it's looking cool. And so let's have a look. So solo coming out the gate, 5 players, which seems to be a good amount. 5-player dungeon crawl. Yeah, nice. And reckons you can play a scenario in maybe 45 minutes. Okay. Now, Kickstarter exclusive, lots of stuff. Expect lots of stuff. All unlocked and future quest goals. A quest goal. See what that is when we go down. Our Kickstarter exclusive. The only exception is a game trays insert because it features in the core box. I'm not really too concerned about what is Kickstarter exclusive. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not going to wait for retail of a game like this. Do you know what I mean? Anyhow, because already it's coming luxury, isn't it, with dungeon crawls, and dungeon crawls on Kickstarters really have to kick it out. And it's a great kind of role-playing page, this. Look at it. When you are long enough to become a legend, when you face fearsome creatures others encounter only in the shadows of a darkest nightmare, and live to tell the tale, the songs of your exploits will echo through run-down taverns and gilded halls alike. Then you will be Bardsung, then you will have lived. Am I going to sing through the whole Kickstarter? I don't know. But it's Bard, isn't it? It's about bards. When I play role-playing computer games, I never have a bard in my team unless I'm replaying it, and I throw one in there because they're so niche, and it is fun to hear them singing in battle. And if you ever played like a role-playing in a what they called, the rooms you go in, puzzle rooms, and you've got to solve the puzzle when you're inside, and you each pick a part to play like a wizard, and if someone picks the bard, they have to sing through the whole of the role-playing thing. Which is kind of fun. And with Bardsung the title, then we're going to have, it's looking like they're going to have some good bards in here. So this is kind of its niche, a dungeon crawler with bards. Like I said, it's a niche character in role-playing games on the computer games industry. So yeah, here we go, an epic 50+ hour campaign. Yes. It says is inspired by dungeon crawling role-play classics. Bardsung is a cooperative dungeon crawler. Contemporary gameplay to create powerful new experiences. Now, looking at these, I'm not seeing a bard. Are you? Staff, can't play music with that. One-handed, what are we calling that? A mace. Hammer one-handed. And an axe. What's this one then? A spear. It's like a half spear. It's very short. And dagger. Not seeing a bard. What's going on here? No, bases are as flat as a pancake. And if you go back a couple of Sundays to my favourite Kickstarter, which was Freedom 5, the bases on that were incredible. Next generation bases. And it's almost sad to see bases come down back to pancakes. But, you know, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? May 2022? Oh my god, this is an early Kickstarter. 2.5 years, is that right? 2.5 years. Do the math. It's a long time, isn't it? Steam Forge Games. Go and check out Freedom 5, the models they did, because the bases are next generation minis. I do like these though. I do like them indeed. They've got, I like the colour they're doing them, and they've got their own kind of style here, which, yeah, I'm digging it. Inspire the songs. Descend into the depths of an ancient forge, building your dungeon and creating your legend as you explore. With no game master needed, as you venture through the ruined halls, you'll face the strange and terrible creatures that call the darkness home. Creating your legend. There is going to be character growth through the 50-hour campaign. Yes, it is a dungeon crawler board game with heavy role-playing elements to it. So it is bringing roleplay to it. And if it is going to do that, I'm interested to see how much this game pushes the narrative focus. And with the character classes, are they going to have their own voice? I still like the dungeon crawler though. I mean, it's unique, isn't it? Now, it says here, decisions you make, directions you take will evolve your story. So potentially branching story, maybe? Is it hinting at? Multiple potential paths then, yes. And you can always take a different route and play through it again and again. Your legend is just the beginning. So here we go, the $99 pledge. Not 29 tiles, not saying if it's double-sided. FAQ we'll check out later. And a good array of minis, 66, 52 enemies, and 4 bosses, looking nice. And almost 900 cards, good grief. These cards look a little bit abstract in shape, actually. They're almost more square than rectangular, but... And a fold-out game board. So I think there's going to be like this paper that goes over the top, and then you're going to put your tiles on top of the paper. I think that's what that is. And a cover sheet. What's cover sheet? This giant mini. He's probably the biggest boss. If there's 4 bosses, then it's going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe one of these, maybe that one. There is some carbon copy minis here. I'm not a fan of that. I mean, come on, Steamforged Games. I know it's cheap to do it, cheaper to do stuff, to cast them all the same, but. You know, other companies are doing, I mean, if you check out the Harry Potter game that I covered yesterday, they're doing individual sculpts for all their teams. Individual sculpts for all the players of that team game. And so yeah, this is the second downer for me, is you've got sculpts that are similar. And all you're going to be left with is, if you paint them, at least you can do something different and make them look a little bit different, because I mean, it's a bugbear of mine, is copy-paste minis. I don't mind it if you're facing like crabs and stuff, because all crabs kind of look the same, but when you're looking at an army, at least do the face differently. Come on, I mean, it literally is carbon copy. Anyway, these minis here looking awesome. And the Wandering Monster. It said that in the contents, it'll be a wandering. 5 wandering monsters and 4 bosses. So what's the wandering? I love his belt buckle. Here we're jumping up now. Legend Pledge. Whoa! It went from 99 to 250. Is that right? Is that right? Did I miss a pledge out? No. $99. Oh, it's 160. It's equivalent MSRP is 250. All right, calm down, lipstick. So we're 160 now. What are you getting for that? It's an expansion. $60 the pricing it at. You're getting more minis, more cards. That's going to push your card limit over 1,000. Good luck sleeving that. It's going to take ages. Tainted Grail level cards. And that took ages. Lost Levels tile set, so gonna have some more tiles to play with. Great stuff. It's funny because this mini here, if you take the head away and put a human head on it, it almost looks like StarCraft 2. I'm getting big reminders of Blizzard games from a couple of these minis. I mean, it's good to see, but I mean, look at this army, all just too similar for my liking. Anyhow, this is kind of akin to the artwork they're doing on their tiles, and it looks really good. I really like the lighting effect they've got going on, especially like these wall tiles that are glowing, and there's fantastic lighting coming off that on the tiles. Really is good. Is this quest goals dailies that they've got going on? Is this a daily thing? Plus, no, they've got dailies. So, is this a stretch goals? All right. So the Thief, Swift Claw, Ooze, Fate Song. Look, we've had Fate Song's the only one looking like a bard, and that's going to be Kickstarter exclusive. The Bard. I love the Bard. Look at the cape. It looks great, and Demon Blade's looking awesome. Any of those, wow, look at that sword. And the Spalders, Spalders, shoulder pads. Looking good. I like the effervescent ooze as well. As really cool minis going on here. And I think if I was to play this game, I'd be jumping straight into the Bard. Because, what board games out there have a Bard class anyway? But, yeah, all good. Wolfpack looking great. Yeah, all looking great. A cloaker, look at this dude. And it says, learn about these. My goodness, 23 updates. You've only been out a few days. Dear me, we'll have a blast when we go through that. Hope you've got your tea and coffee. It is the Sunday show. Well, I do take longer than normal, as I like to absorb it with a nice drink. Anyhow, daily unlock, so this is really great. Linen card, unlocking some people, these guest writers, I think, and when you see the writing team, oh, you're going to be interesting stuff. You can learn about this, so they're putting all this in the updates. Guest collaborators, look, Rihanna Pratchett here, absolutely fantastic. Ian Livingston, fantastic. Sarah Thompson. Look, these are fantastic that they're going, and they putting daily goals for the people to write this stuff out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like that they've got these add-ons, and so 160 is your top pledge, and there's no kind of super pledge with all the add-ons on. These dice looking great though, and you'd want to have at least a die set per player. Box, additional pledge box. Neoprene mat then to get rid of the paper mat. This is nice. And the expansion if you want to add it on. It's a pledge for that. It's weird, isn't it? Alright, I like this big badge of Kickstarter that they've got here. Really nice looking. Got all this music stuff going on, like the Bard thingy. But now you can do standalone sessions, narrative campaign. Of course I want to play the narrative campaign. Are you kidding me? It evolves on your decision, so branching storylines on sounds great. No, procedural generation, don't tell me that. It's looking good on the RPG. You've got your strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma. Yes. Yeah, you can develop your hero in different classes like this. Abilities, and it's got equipment there on the left that you're attaching in. All good. Simple hero creation. We'll see more of it here, the card. You've got inventory on your left, equipment on your left, inventory on the right, equipment on the left. And they have their own skills and stuff. In fact, it is looking good, the gameplay, I'll give it that. It's a classless path system. You build the hero you want. Bard, 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 bard. You can upgrade your core stats, purchase new abilities, level up to enhance existing skills, choose options from any path. So this sounds lovely jubbly, doesn't it? It really does sound good. Especially as Madara is my favourite dungeon crawler, which has also a classless path system, you want to call it that, you know. And it's got a heavy narrative focus, but here we go. Epic narrative campaign. This is what we're looking at. This is the next generation dungeon crawlers on the market are all going to be narrative focused. Right. Right, your journey through the ancient forge will involve a series of connected adventures because each adventure includes its own dungeon and takes this time to play. It's going to be longer, isn't it? The longest. Unless you're going into a pub and there's like a fight in a pub, that could be a 45-minute one. Anyway, while exploring, the choices you make while exploring will change your story, from the secrets you uncover to the way the adventure ends. So it's kind of strange how it's kind of writing a narrative focus and but it's doing a procedural generation. It's weird, isn't it? They're doing it like this mission is procedural, but on, so for example, on campaign 2 you are going to find this item, so it's procedural map, but stuff you're finding is scripted, so it's like a mixture of the two. What they could have done though, if they've only done, what is the reason? I want to know, why are they doing procedural maps? Because Madara, for example, you can't see what's coming up in the dungeon until you explore. They have a cool map booklet for that. And here, I don't know. It says, perhaps you find a dwarf prisoner chained to a wall. Free them, you draw a numbered card from the vault, shuffle it into one of the decks. Later, when the card is drawn, you discover the dwarf's fate. Perhaps you'll find, what the heck does that mean? There's going to be procedural things happening in the dungeon. Because dungeons are procedurally generated like in a roguelike video game. Why is this coming to the board game industry? I have no idea. No two playthroughs are going to be the same. That sounds like it's going to be random loot. Oh. A narrative story through a campaign with random loot, random... Oh man. Oh man. Lay tiles to build a dungeon as you go, choosing your direction to seek the process. I mean, the thing that's going to drive it is the narrative focus, and yeah, I mean, it's still going to take a long time. I've got to got my head around the time. It's like a year and a half, and it's still early in its concepts. Right, anyway. Procedural. Got to get over that. Gotta get over that. It's a killer for me. I hate it in video games because it's never done right. It is never done right. Okay, Bastion. Bastion was good. And Hades. Hades was good. Alright, they have been getting better, procedural generation. And hopefully this can nail it. That's all I'm saying. The art's carrying it anyway. Hopefully the narrative focus is carrying it, so I can relax. Let's relax, please relax. Alright. Be wary. Enemy behavior will change as you move deeper into the forge. Yeah, I think the enemies level up with you. Yeah, the next paragraph. Your enemies level up with you. This is nice. Can even learn to hold grudges against heroes who defeat them. How does that work? It sounds like the Nemesis system from the Lord of the Rings games on the PC. This is nice. So they're doing some innovative stuff here. Yeah, this is going. It's basically a nice read through how it works, and it all sounds lovely. Card art's looking great, and yeah, look at this ability. Wrath of the Gods sounds great, and at least with the procedural generation, you know, you might come in with different characters, different builds, and hopefully it's going to have a bit of fun. 50 hours narration though, and didn't really mention the narration in the expansion box, did it? But I'll have a guess. 30 hours than that. It says, as you build your dungeon, you might find yourself needing to double back. Maybe you missed some loot. Or an event card triggered an earthquake that blocked your route forward. It says though, it might not be simple because these are the wandering monsters that stalk around. Alright. Does sound good. Now, these gameplay articles going into the super update. Campaign system. Weapons and equipment, example hero builds if you don't want to create your own RPG character, how they level up, what wandering monsters, all this going to be explained in the updates. I can't read all this. It's a huge depth to this game. I can't go through that in this video, peeps. All I'm telling you is I really, really like this game. It is really good. Now, videos are out for it. Yeah, people are liking it. Yes. Now, looks like a solid game. I had a lot of fun. That not very good quote, is it? That's not a good one. That would be give a positive comment about Monopoly. It looks like a solid game. I had a lot of fun because I won in Monopoly. If I want to give something positive. So, yeah, this guy anyway, this one's better. Blown away by this. Setup was short, gameplay was very deep. Looks the absolute business. It does. Wow, this really looks slick. No one's really saying the narrative focus was good though. We may see videos going through the campaign. Still got some legs in it yet. These black dice look fairly nice. And look at all the different sizes of dice you get from you know, just not, you've got your 6, maybe your 10 dice, your 20 dice. Each board getting a dashboard. I guess they're going to be very ordinarily the same as your classless. Your mini's unique though, there's that. And I think I might have to roll the Tortolian Seeker from World of Warcraft. Yes, I think I'll go with him. Get rid of his trident here and give him a banjo. This is what I'm saying about these cards. They're almost square shape. What size are these? And normally when you've got an abnormal card, they're usually more expensive to sleeve. And if you get the expansion, you're going to have 1,000 cards to sleeve. Oh no. I guess it's something you only have to do once, isn't it? The sleeve event. Vault narrative cards. Okay. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm in. I still like the Kickstarter. Look at these tiles, they're looking very nice indeed. Doesn't say if they're double-sided. FAQ, massive 27, we'll have a look through that, and the Greater Demon, the Etin, the Ogre, Giant Rat, and it's very... Here's a nice one, the Ferrous Maw, that's fairly unique. Crix, yeah, that's unique. Crimson Hook, Giant Rat, Giant Spider, this is very... Etin and Ogre, they are run-of-the-mill RPG tropes, aren't they? Brigands, Raider Brutes, so humanoids, and Slaughter Beast, that sounds great. A Shaman and a War Chief. Ooh. 6 Miners, Executioners, Sniper, Kingsguard, Arcanist, and a King. These are all the enemies. Alright, they've kind of done this little thing. 4 sculptors in the team, 3 designers, 1 person doing the concept art, 2 people on graphic design. Okay. The Kickstarter page certainly has its own flair. The only then was the early bird campaign. I'm not a big fan of early bird campaigns. There'll probably be an add-on later. And Game Trays has arrived. I'm guessing this was the stretch goal of the 100k. Very nice to have. The Thief stretched, the Swift Claw stretched. It's just a mini, isn't it? It's not. If you're building your class from zip, then it's just a mini. Prepare to face the effervescent ooze. Ooh, that's a strange stretch goal at £186. Demon Blade. Here's the bard that we've been waiting for. Should be a main character, this. Come on. Grell, very nice. A new hero. This is going to be chosen. So nice social goals going on here. It's got daily unlocks, money unlocks, and it's doing social. So it's doing a bit of everything. Very nice to see. Lion Soul, Path Seeker, or Skull Splitter. Well, I keep saying they're just minis, but I'm guessing there is going to be. They did mention they're going to be class guides for people who want to use that. So this is all nice. Another strange one. 333. I'll tell you though, whoever's done this Kickstarter, in English we put a comma for the 1,000. That's £333 if you put a period there or a full stop. It should be a comma. What's going on, peeps? Am I being pedantic? A new hero is knocking on the door of Fire Soul. So at least these classes, the they're creating here for you sounds unique. There's the shipping, and considering it's in pounds, it's very expensive, isn't it? Isn't it? It's being made in the UK, Manchester, and it's even expensive shipping it to United Kingdom. There's no local pickup. No local pickup. That would be nice. And I'm guessing though that these, the shipping prices in 1.5 years, these are just outlying prices that take with a pinch of salt. Sadly, due to customs import laws and other restrictions, well, that's today. In 1.5 years, things may be different. So yeah, rough schedule. Now they're saying Pledge Manager will go live in the new year, and I have no idea why they're only giving you 3 months, 3.5 months for the Pledge Manager. That's weird. You're so far off delivery, guys. What's going on? The Pledge Manager should be at least 1 year. Why do you want to close the Pledge Manager so quickly? It's just odd, isn't it? Anyhow, there we are. They're at the end. We're going to check out the FAQ. We'll check it out. But so far, we've got a solid Kickstarter and solid dungeon crawl. We've not had a dungeon crawl on Kickstarter for a while. I am not including Darkest Dungeon as a dungeon crawler. No. Not in my eyes. That thing. Get out of my face. And I think this game is doing something unique with its Kickstarter. And if anything I'm missing so far is a narrative focus, but we may see it in an update coming out. Can I play solo? It's 1 to 5, peeps. I find development of the game, are you? Design development's complete. Playtesting is going to happen. Oh my goodness. Why are you still taking 1.5 years to get to the market? Other playable characters. Yeah, we're getting some nice characters coming out. Yes, in the stretch goals. Is the art final? Some artwork might get better revised, they say. Do the exclusive models have new rules, i.e. are they different classes or are they just cosmetic? They are going to have the unique rules, yes, because they're going to have a hero guide if you want to play that hero with more of a structure instead of the loosey-goosey design your own class. Any chance of a 5th player expansion? It's 1 to 5 players. Almost 3,000 comments. Is this what people have been asking? Is it going to be a live gameplay video? No, is what they're saying. It'd be nice though if they gave us like the first mission from like how it looks like in the book, the narrative focus, to see what's happening. I think I really want to see the narrative edge here. Oh, they have been quibbling in the chat about Resident Evil 2. Yeah, they totally have changed the plastic, it says here. So. Mm-hmm. Don't worry. Any chance of a fully painted pledge level? No. Well, let me tell you now, Steamforge Games, that Freedom 5 Kickstarter recently finished. They are using next generation 3D printing painted minis with next generation bases also. Please go and have a look to see what they're doing, because the company that's doing them is obviously third party. I think they're based in Canada and they're looking phenomenal. So no plans yet, it should say, you know, should definitely be open to see what they can do for the Kickstarter fans, you know. Can I back this project via PayPal? That's a good question. Pledge manager, yes, you will be able to do it then. You're still probably going to have to minimum pledge to get in there though. I really want to back the campaign. Here we go. Back for the minimum pledge. So you've still got to go in for the $1 or the £1 pledge. What is a pledge manager? I'd be curious to see if people are still coming to Kickstarter for the first time. Will you be making other Bardsung titles? We'd love to. We hope it will grow into a series of games that echo other long-standing Dungeon Explorer, Choose Your Own Adventure and RPG series. So that's what they really think Bardsung is. It's a dungeon crawling explorer, choose your own adventure RPG. Is it a game, an RPG or a board game? Board game with heavy RPG influences and mechanics. Yes. Yes. All right. Now these 23 updates, let's just flick through these very quick. And I just want to get to the bottom here and go from day one. So Kickstarter, you need to fix this. It's still a bit awkward. The only guest writers, funded quest goal, these are the dailies or the unlocks. There's going to be a narrative one, isn't there? Videos have been coming out, obviously not on day one, but videos are coming out from Kickstarter channels, so look out for them. Narrative, where's the narrative? Bardsung, here we go. This is the only one I want to look at as it talks about narrative. All right. It's just text, peeps. We want to see what the book looks like. Here's an example of an adventure. Okay, so you can move from place to place. There's stuff going on. It doesn't look like. Where's the narration? Is the narration coming from the narrative cards? Vault 10 text. Well, we've got two paths ahead of us. I can see the first one had seen a lot of feet. The dust kicked all over the place. It's easy to see that marked on the map. The other, well, that's far less inviting. Narrow, no light, thick with cobwebs. Dangerous, but it looks a lot shorter. Who wrote this text? It's poo-poo. Come on, we need to do something better than this. We need like a video, and even if you can't do a video because of COVID nonsense, you could totally show us through a solo play, right? How that's done. So I'd imagine it's coming. Don't worry, 12 days to go. Keep your eye on it. Get the reminder on me. It's certainly looking interesting. It's my pick of the week. And the art is looking fantastic. A 50-hour campaign with an expansion. We don't know how long that is going to be, how it's going to add to it. I'm sure all these questions will be answered. And if I get 100 views on this video, I'll come back in the 48 hours and I'll tell you my final thoughts, because in that time I'll be able to see all the unlocks, how the stretch goals are, and hopefully we'll get some more narrative focused videos, especially if it's heavy on the RPG. That's something we need to see. So yeah, Bardsung, very exciting. We've got a proper dungeon crawler on the market. Interesting class system with a heavy RPG, character growth. Oh yes, with potential expansions coming down the line. I mean, this is already looking successful with 4, almost going on 5,000 backers. It's a fairly short campaign, but there it is. And price point actually pretty good. It's $100 for the base, and is it $160 for the all-in, and some juicy add-ons too. So Bardsung looking absolutely good. Do we recommend it? It's pick of the week. We do recommend it. Yeah, I mean, it's a dungeon crawler. We love them. And obviously this one has a bit of a bard focus, which has us peaked. And yeah, we shall see. But it's going to be carried on how strong the narrative is, especially how the campaign's rolling the dungeon with its procedural loot and stuff like that. So we'll just have to see. Hopefully, if I get to my final thoughts on it, which will be in 10 days, I'll either be buzzing or I'll have cooled on it after I've seen something. So we'll just have to see how it goes. But first impressions anyway, looking a hot title, obviously blown up this week, and for good reason. And yes, but Bardsung, you've got a lot to talk about yet in this heavy game, full of depth and wonder. Ooh. So please do a solo play of the first chapter with its random generation, random events, and how that narrative changes. That's the question. That's the elephant in the room for me. So yeah, on that bombshell, Bardsung, do we recommend it? We do, but we're going to come back hopefully on 100 views and we'll give you our final thoughts then, so look out for that. Oh yes. Bardsung, I really do like you. I do. So with that, thank you so much for watching. Please like the video, please. It does help the channel. And yeah, you've been listening to Kickstarter Radio 102.4. I'm your host, Lipstickpaddy. You take care, stay safe, and have a nice Sunday. Bye-bye for now.